Facebook ads can work incredibly well, but only if you're using them in the right way. I want you to start thinking of your ads like an amplifier, okay? They amplify whatever message or brand or experience that you've already built, okay? So if your practice already has trust in the community, if your social content is already incredibly strong, if people are seeing your face regularly and connecting with your message, then your ads don't have to do all the work. They're just a nudge. They're a little push forwards. But if somebody clicks on your ad and finds that your socials are a ghost town, there's no videos, there's no value, there's no connection, well, the ads end up having to be a really hard sell, okay? Now, the big idea here I want you to take away from this part of the episode is that Facebook ads work best when they're done in partnership with organic content, okay? They're not a replacement for relationship building. They're a tool to accelerate it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Marketing Your Practice podcast, the podcast where I have the pleasure of simplifying the marketing and the mindset so you, the chiropractor, can increase your income, your impact, and your enjoyment in practice too. Now, today's episode, we're going to dive into a super hot topic. It's one I get asked about a lot. It's a conversation that's been going on for a decade or so. Is, do Facebook ads still work for us as chiropractors? Now, I find that most chiropractors tend to fall into one of two camps here. Now, camp one loves them, okay? They swear by them. Facebook ads are their number one source of new patients. They figured out a system that works for them and they're all in. And in fact, I've worked personally with many chiropractors. I've worked with chiropractors to help them build 7-figure practices on the back of Facebook ads. And then there's camp number two. Well, they're a little bit more skeptical. They might have tried Facebook ads maybe once, maybe twice, multiple times. They didn't get the results they were hoping for, or worse, they felt like they were just throwing money down the drain. They complain about low quality patients, tire kickers, all those sorts of things there as well. So most of us fall into camp number one or camp number two. So if you've been wondering who's right in here, the answer is both, okay? Because the truth is, Facebook ads can work incredibly well, but only if you're using them in the right way. And that's what I'm going to unpack for you in today's episode. So let's start here. Facebook ads are a tool, and like any tool, how effective they are depends on how and why you use them. Now, if we use them correctly, Facebook ads can be an incredibly powerful way to bring new people into your practice. They can be targeted, they can be scalable, they can be relatively low cost compared to many other sorts of marketing and many other marketing platforms. They can reach the exact kind of people and numbers that you want in the exact area with a message that speaks directly to them and their needs, okay? But here's the first mistake that I see a lot of chiropractors making, and that is they try to use Facebook ads to do all of the heavy lifting, okay? They expect one ad, usually a discount offer, to do everything. It's got to grab attention, it's got to build trust, it's got to create value, and it's got to convert a skeptical browser into a lifetime patient, okay? That's an incredibly big ask for a single ad to do, and it's why most chiropractors fall flat with their Facebook ads. Now, if you're using ads as a one-step funnel straight to an appointment, you're likely going to be disappointed with the results. You're probably finding that it costs you way too much money and the quality of the people that you're seeing are going to be disappointed. Now, this is, again, not because it doesn't work, but because there's no system in around it, okay? It's a bit like us just jumping on somebody's spine going snap, pack, crackle, and pop and wondering why they're not getting the results that chiropractic is meant to get as well. I want you to start thinking of your ads like an amplifier, okay? They amplify whatever message or brand or experience that you've already built, okay? So if your practice already has trust in the community, if your social content is already incredibly strong, if people are seeing your face regularly and connecting with your message, then your ads don't have to do all the work. They're just a nudge. They're a little push forwards. But if somebody clicks on your ad and finds that your socials are a ghost town, there's no videos, there's no value, there's no connection, well, the ads end up having to be a really hard sell, okay? Now, the big idea here I want you to take away from this part of the episode is that Facebook ads work best when they're done in partnership with organic content, okay? They're not a replacement for relationship building. They're a tool to accelerate it, okay? They work as well as the content foundation that you've already laid down. Now, that foundation here is your organic content. And over the years, I've found the most effective chiropractors are consistently sharing 3 different types of content, okay? Now, I call them plan, proof, and personality. And I've talked about them at different times here on the podcast, but I'm going to talk about them again today. I'm going to walk you through each one and I'll show you exactly how to use them to strengthen your message so that it supports your ads. Okay, the first sort of content I call plan content. This shows your community that you have a strategy. When somebody lands on your page and they hear you speak, they're wondering, can this person actually help me? Okay. And one of the fastest ways to build trust and to answer that question there is not for you to wing it, but is for you to share your system with them. It could be a short video or a graphic that shows your new patient process. It could be a post that goes through, here's how we help colicky babies. It could be another post that shares how the chiropractic adjustments that you do at your place, they're how gentle and safe and effective that they are. When I think about a plan post, a really good plan post gets somebody closer to the health goal that they're looking for, okay? They're educational, they're powerful, they're informative. Sometimes we're going to take a slightly different view, okay? We're going to be sharing with our community in terms of why antibiotics are a wrong approach for persistent and ongoing ear infections. We're going to talk to those families that might have ongoing musculoskeletal problems there too, and how chiropractic is a different approach, okay? This type of content here helps people to see the journey. It builds confidence. It shows expertise and authority. It lets people know that you know what you're doing. Now, once we've showed people that we have a plan for them, the second type of content we want to share is proof. We want to show what we do works, okay? Once they see the plan, okay, they want to know, will it actually work for me? And this is where proof content comes in. And again, for those of you Aussies that are coming here, there are certain ways that we can do this as well. I'll talk about that as well, okay? This is about showing that your care gets results, that your recommendations are grounded in outcomes, not just guesswork, okay? So case studies can be fabulous here. Testimonials, if you're allowed to use them, are great. Before to after stories. Now, for those of you Aussies that are listening here, okay, we cannot use testimonials. But if you actually look through the AHPRA guidelines, there is a type of testimonial that we still can use, and it goes very clearly over this on the AHPRA guidelines. They can't really talk about the results they've had in the practice, but they can say, hey, listen, I've been coming to see, or my family and I have been coming to see Dr. Angus over the last decade. We've never found a chiropractor who's so caring and so thoughtful. We really recommend that you should come along. Or, the parking is great. The staff are amazing. We really feel listened to and heard. As long here in Australia, it's not talking about the results they're getting with their adjustments, the before to after, they can say a whole bunch of nice things about you. Now, is that sort of content as helpful as them saying, hey, listen, I had a little baby who was colicky and hadn't slept for, 6 months before coming in here, and since getting adjusted, they start to sleep? No, it's not, but it still works anyway, okay? So we can share that sort of proof. The other sort of proof that's really valuable for us to share there too is to share science. We can go through published case studies, published research. This starts to bring authority that what you're saying is actually based in research. It's not just your guesswork, okay? So again, if you're in a region where testimonials are tricky, don't worry, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't use them. Just use the right type of testimonials, like I explained before. The third sort of content that we want to be sharing is personality. And this is the goal here, is to let them see you, okay? And this is one that most chiropractors overlook. This is about showing the human side behind you. We live in a world where trust is not just earned by our credentials, but it's built by reliability. People want to know, who are you? What do you care about? And what is the vibe that they're walking into? Okay. Now remember, we make decisions emotionally. Now we might justify them with logic, but we make decisions logically. Now, personality content can be as simple as a photo of you and your dog going for a walk, a quick story about why you became a chiropractor, a post that says something like, grateful for another wonderful day working with amazing people in the Port Melbourne community. This type of content isn't fluff, it's connection. It's what turns a potential patient into somebody who wants to work with you, not just any chiropractor. We need them to see behind the scenes, okay? Particularly if you have a family practice, and what we're looking for here is to be a guide for these people. If I'm going to trust my kids with you, I want to know what your values are. I want to know what's important to you. I want to know what you're doing in your downtime as well. The days of this hierarchy between doctor and patient are gone nowadays, and we're not looking for somebody to tell us what to do. We want a partnership that goes forwards, and that's where personality content goes in, okay? So you're looking to build content that supports your Facebook ad, okay? It needs to create trust, and it needs to be doing this on autopilot, and we do this by sharing that we've got a plan. That's the roadmap. Showing proof, sharing the results, and personality, showing that you're human. Now, when your organic content hits all three of these, your ads no longer have to feel like a cold outreach. They don't feel like they have to do all of the heavy lifting. They're like a natural next step. And in the next part of this episode here, I want to walk you through how do we blend these together with paid ads for a system that's sustainable, that's scalable, and that doesn't rely on guesswork, okay? When you blend this type of organic content with your Facebook ads, your marketing becomes that sustainable, scalable, okay? And most importantly, there's a level of authenticity, okay? So let me walk you how we go through that. So step number one, if you have nothing there, then you need to build the organic warmth first. Your organic content is this get to know you phase of any relationship. It's where people get to like you, know you, trust you without needing to make any commitment, okay? It's the dating phase, okay? So even if somebody clicks on your Facebook ad and doesn't book right away, when they land on your socials or your website, they see that you've got a plan. They see proof, they see personality content, and they're going to feel more at home. It makes your ad more effective even after the click. Now, here's a pro tip. Think about your organic content as your online reputation. When somebody checks you out, and they will check you out, are you showing them and are you showing up as somebody who they can actually trust? Now, step number two, use Facebook ads to create momentum, okay? This is where we bring the ads in. So again, we've talked about this. Your Facebook ads are an amplifier. They're your spotlight. They help you reach people who've never heard of you before, quickly and efficiently. But the mistake most chiropractors make, again, they expect one ad to do everything. They try to go from a cold stranger to somebody booked in with a $47 discount ad. And again, that doesn't work. But let me be clear. I'm not saying we should never run discount ads. We can, and I coach people how to do them the right way all of the time. But if the only thing you're running is a discount ad all of the time, okay, the only reason somebody will choose you is based on price. And if people are only choosing you based on price, that's when we get these tire kickers. Now, again, we've built a foundation with this organic content. Sometimes we can run some discount ads. If we've already got an enormous amount of know, like, and trust, okay, and then you give them a $47 ad, that's a little nudge. It works beautifully, okay? So again, if somebody sees that, okay, it's not the best way to go. So a better way to think about it is seeing the discount ad as a bigger part of the puzzle, okay? Run value ads first, okay? A short how-to video that says somebody a plan for how you're going to help their little one with colic, okay? You want to promote proof content, case studies, before and afters, result-based storytelling. You want to boost your personality content that builds trust and shows the vibe of your practice as well. Then here's a sweet spot. Run retargeting ads. It's not complex to do, super simple to do as well, that re-engage anybody who's watched any of your content before, okay? So again, this is not complex. Get on YouTube, look for it. Make sure that your ads company is actually doing this. If they're not, get them to listen to this episode. Run retargeting ads of people who's engaged with your content, okay? And this is where those discount ads can really, really shine. In this context, your discount ad doesn't feel like a cold sales pitch. It just feels like that next step, okay? So we want to build a really simple, step number 3, a really simple human funnel, okay? We don't need a human funnel. That sounds a bit weird. Anyway, we're going to build a funnel, okay? But it's really simple, okay? You don't need a 17-step or anything that's too complex. Again, another reason why chiropractors get stuck up or fed up with this is because it's way too complex. So think about this, okay? Number 1, Facebook ads get you discovered. Number 2, organic content builds the relationship. And number 3, there's follow-up by retargeting or email or direct call to action that invites them in. So here's an example of what it might look like. A cold traffic ad leads someone to a video explaining maybe the plan that you have for headaches, okay? That person checks out your Instagram, they see stories, they see results, and they see your personality. And then a few days later, they see a friendly, still curious, here's our $47 new patient special ad in their feed. We can retarget them because we know they've seen our previous content, okay? This sort of strategy is super respectful. It's relationship first, and better than all of that, it works amazingly well, okay? Final thoughts. Stop selling and start guiding. Here's what I want you to take away from this. People do not want to be sold to. They want to be guided, okay? And when they see $47 ads all of the time, it feels like they're being sold to, okay? They want somebody who sees them, somebody who understands their pain, somebody who has a plan for them, okay? Someone who can prove what they do works, and somebody who feels like a real relatable human. And when this happens, when you build content in around plan, proof, and personality, okay, the Facebook ads will work gangbusters. This is the strategy that I use inside of Community Influencer to help people build wonderful practices full of impact, income, and enjoyment. When you do this, your marketing won't feel pushy or awkward anymore. It'll feel natural, conversational. It'll feel like a series of gentle invitations, not a high-pressure sales pitch. We've talked about invitations in a previous episode. So here's your next step, okay? Here's what I want you to be able to do. Audit your content. Are you consistently sharing all three types of content? Plan, proof, and personality. Choose one piece just to boost. Take your best performing content and put a little bit of ad spend behind it, okay? So $5-10 a day. Watch what happens. Track the engagement, the clicks, and most importantly, the conversations that it creates. And if you need a little bit of help building a system in around this, something repeatable that actually works, that's exactly what we do inside of Community Influencer. You can find out more about that by reaching out to me on the socials or sending me an email. Until next week, folks, thanks for all that you do. Keep saving lives, okay? Your community needs you doing this because it helps you save them. I look forward to seeing you back here next week. Take care. Bye. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, you have to come and check out my Community Influencer program. It's my monthly coaching program where we take all this material and I'll work with you to help you apply it, implement it, and systemize it. The Community Influencer Group Coaching Program is designed to help you increase your practice income, impact, and enjoyment. Join me over at anguspike.com/join. That's anguspike.com/join. I'd love to see you there.